Oh, that three-wheeler motor is looking nice. Hey, welcome back. On today's episode, we got a leaky and a dirty engine bay on this 2006 Ford Fusion. Valve cover looks like it's been leaking for quite some time, and we're going to detail this engine bay eventually. But for now, we've got to fix the oil leak, and I think the only source is coming right from this cover here. Why don't we hop right in? Okay, I just want to say that I went ahead and I blew this off with the compressed air, and it was fully messy in here. It was not cool. There's a rat nest right down in here somewhere, and I probably should have wore a mask, but I didn't. So I blew it out and I got out of here to let the dust settle for just a little bit. So we're going to start by taking off this air dam, or not dam, but this air intake for the alternator. It's a 10 millimeters, so we got one right there, one right back here. That one back there is actually just a nut. Another nut right here. Want to be extra careful so I don't lose any of these. That would be good. Go ahead and take this out. Ooh, look at this, just crumbles. This old insulation right up here. It's just right above the manifold cover, the heat shield. We're gonna pull that off and replace that. That way we can protect that wiring right there. All right, let's go ahead and disconnect our coils. Everything's really dirty. But like I said, we will be detailing this. Sorry if there's a shadow, maybe I can fix that here. Don't mess up your coils, but I don't think you really can because it's gonna kind of stay right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another connector right here. Connectors look nice and clean. Maybe that works a little better, hopefully. I just ran out of shop towels. Gotta get some of those ordered in. And we did just change the oil on this, so the oil actually looks nice. Nice and clean. Another connector right here. We don't want to get any of this stuff down into the engine. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check to see if we got leaks on the internal part of the valve cover right here. It's typically these two, I would say, maybe only those two. We've got that little well where oil can collaborate and get in there. So we'll take our coils out next. It's going to be an 8 mil for each one. For 8 millimeters, this car was most definitely abused by one of the previous owners. Just a little bit of oil on that. These coils should be good. Middle coils have a ton of oil on them. Let me see if I can show you. Grab this one here. Just dripping off. So that's what I expected with those. And each one of these actually had some oil on them. Crystal's outside wanting to get in. If I look down in here, I can see quite a bit of fluid in there. Grab a light, different light. Yeah, it is a pool down in there. So I don't want all that to go down into the cylinder, not that much anyways. So I'm actually going to leave those right where they are, and we will suck that out as soon as we open up the as soon as we get the valve cover off. There we go. Hopefully that light helps out a little bit. It's gonna be a little cover right here, and you got a little connector down on this. So much dirt on here, so be careful. We do not want to drop any of this down. There we go, that's up. A little pick right here. Wow, what a mess. There it comes. All right, we'll pull these back. Pull this thing back here. Okay, we've got a little wire harness connectors all the way around this. Let's go ahead and get those off. Be gentle. These are definitely gonna be brittle. We're gonna remove this part right here just for the sake of being able to move it out of the way. Again, trying not to break our connectors. Don't want to do that. So far, so good. You can do it. There we go. Okay, so we're loose up here. One more over here. That's out. Another one right back here. There we go, that one's off. One more. And I'm gonna pull that back. Hopefully you can, let me show you. This attaches to the valve cover. Just take it right off. We're gonna push it back. And now we are free. So we're ready to undo these bolts, or I should say nuts, and we'll pull that valve cover off. These are going to be 8s as well. My biggest fear as I do this is that I'm going to lose a nut. Yeah, okay. One more back there. There's a few of them, so you know if you miss them or not, because you won't be able to get it out, of course. See, one more back here hiding. See if we can get to that. Need an extension. Let's see if we're loose yet here. Not yet. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see, we got one right here. We do, right here. pull this up. One more. Now, how are we looking? Okay, so it's coming off. You just kind of grab on the back and we can pull it here. Just make sure we're fully loosened up here on the front. Okay. We're coming. Just a small little prying action right down here maybe. Doesn't have to be much. Don't break anything. There we go. Okay, are we ready to come out here? Let's see. I believe we are. All right, now for the fun part. Get to kind of pull this back. I'm actually going to remove our other connectors down here so I can fully pull this harness back. Yeah, definitely a difference. So you won't get these confused. Come on, baby. 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Now you can really get it back. And I just don't want to get any dirt in there at all. Not cool. We're going to go ahead and take that breather off. Pull this out too. Okay, here we come. See the timing chain right here. And I'm actually happy with the way everything looks in here. There is not a lot of sludge buildup at all. We're running 520 Motorcraft oil in here. But I think we're gonna drop some, well, I don't know, it depends on how long we have it around. If we're gonna have this around for a little while, we're gonna put some AMS oil in it. If not, we're gonna leave the 520 Motorcraft in. That AMS oil just has a nice cleaning agent to clean everything up, but I mean, it looks good. Cams look good. Okay, here's the valve cover underside. We're gonna take these gaskets out. Well, they don't feel too pliable. We'll see how they feel compared to the new ones. Here's one, let's grab the other one. Sorry about the lack of light. We're working in a different part of the shop here. Come on. Not that it's a big place, there's the other one. but I've got a lot of lights in here, but it's still not quite enough. No big deal, as long as we can see at least somewhat what we're doing. Comes the last one. Out. I'm gonna clean it up here. We'll take that other big gasket out right after we clean it up. I do this first so I don't get any contaminants into the well, hopefully. Okay, let's get that out. Here's what we're using, part number VS50639R1. Ultra power. Okay, before we take those out, let's get our big gasket out. Carefully. We remember we're working with plastic. Come on. There we go. Big one's out. Kind of the orientation there. Oh. There we go. Looks like Ron's Gone Wrong. If you've seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this down with some brake clean and I'll be right back. Okay, we've got our new gasket right here. We've got new gloves too. We're gonna go ahead and put this in. I went ahead and put some new oil on these. They've got little tabs, so you know how they're gonna go in. Let's see here. Yep, should be good. Cool. And you can feel each tab kind of click into place. These ones definitely feel softer, more flexible. More like actual gaskets that are in good shape, I should say. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put our big one on real quick. Let's get lined up here. And it can only go on one way. You know what, I'll sneak these two little ones in real quick. That one over here, this one over here. As our daughter likes to say, good job. I'm just gonna pretend she said that to me. Good job, Dad. Cool. We're trying. So we got a little bit of RTV right here. We're gonna take that out actually. We don't want it to leak because we got some old RTV in there. We'll get that out momentarily. Going on smooth. And excellent. So we're in all spots. I'm gonna get that old RTV off real quick. All right, I went ahead and I got some clean paper towels and I cleaned off the surface here. So everything is smooth and it's gonna not adhere, but it's gonna be able to go right up and mate with the surface completely. We got some red gasket maker here, RTV, and right where there's a seam basically, they say that you need to put a little bit of RTV. So it's gonna be right here and right back here. Everything else is solid, so Before I do that, let's see if I can get right back here. Make sure, yeah, we're clean. You don't have to do a lot. There wasn't a lot in there from factory. I am going to take this old RTV right off of this part right here. Get that out of here. There we go. Again, without getting any dirt down in the engine. Don't want that. There's a little bit of RTV. Don't want that going down in and plugging anything up. Maybe this isn't the factory RTV. I don't know. It doesn't seem like that would have happened from factory. I would expect it wouldn't have. You can see why there was more put on this front side because it's a bigger seam. Wipe this off without getting anything in. There we go. There's just one more piece on there. I gotta get that off. It's right on the seam. There's this little piece of silicone. There we go. There's actually just a tiny little divot or indent right there. Make sure I get this completely cleaned off. Couple more wipes, we should be good. This motor is just so dirty. There we go. That'll do it. Just show you guys that right there. Keep hitting my head. Just little bits. We're gonna let that set up for 15 minutes and then we'll be back. All right, we're coming back over here with our valve cover. And I'm holding it right here. I got some brand new clean gloves, a little bit of oil in there, of course. Now I'm gonna flip this over. Our seals are on, they're lubed up. And we are going to put this back on. So here we go. Make sure everything's out of the way. Should be good. I'm just gonna move you guys right over here so you can hopefully see the whole time. Super duper dirty. Don't be afraid to pull. Don't break your harness, but you're okay to give a little bit of pull. Otherwise, you're just not going to get it on. There's that side. We're just catching right down in here. Move that and it should go right on. Pick, pull it out of there. Dirty rascal. Just check and see if we're all the way on. I think we got. Line these up just a little bit. Try not to get dirt in there. That's for sure. All right, everything's lined up. These are 8mm. I'm just gonna barely snug each one up. I'm gonna kind of jump around here. Let's see. Just want to make sure nothing is catching. We're free on this side completely. This side is also free. We can see the RTV down there. Back side is free. RTV's good. That one. Whoa. right over here. We're going to start each one of these with our hands just to make sure they're threading in okay. And then we're going to switch over to the impact. We're not going to tighten them down too tight now. Just hopping around here as we torque these down. Right now I'm set at about 50 inch-pounds. Okay, we're at 50 inch-pounds for each one. I'm going to check the actual specs. Well, it looks like there's people saying you go from 50 to 70. I seen one that said factory is 60, so we're going to set it right at 60 inch-pounds, and we're going to go all the way around here. If you see different, let me know. I don't have a guide to look at, so I kind of just rely on Google. I'm working on getting something. Let me know what you use besides Haynes, because I need something that covers more than just one vehicle. So we're at 60 inch-pounds of torque here, and we are ready to put our connectors back on. How about we just get it up into place here? There we go. Connect. Connected. Let's get each one of these back on. I'm gonna take this one off here. Oh, never mind, we're good. Click there. This just goes on one way. Click. Okay, now that we've reached this point in time, let's go ahead and we're going to do a spark plug replacement real quick on this, and then we'll put it back together. We'll see what type of condition these plugs are in. What kind are these? These are platinum. Denso platinum. PTV 16 TT number 4, 4513 number 4, PT13. I did clean out all the oil, soaked it all up with paper towels, but I'm going to blow out each one real quick now that the seal's in. If I remember right, these plugs don't need to be gapped. Gap looks good to me. I guess we'll find out when we start the car up. Let's put this right up here. There's our new one. It's typically not a very good sign when it does that to start off with. I'm going to bet these needed to be replaced a while ago. Speedometer says 165,000, but that speed sensor is not working, so who knows how long it's been running down the road without the speedometer working. Oh, it doesn't look too bad actually. Iridium power, yep. Those plugs actually look pretty decent. Not too bad. I don't know if you guys can hear Crystal or not, but she's meowing out there. She wants in. Yeah, not too bad. We're going to replace them anyways, of course. Because who knows when they were last done. Now this does not have an engine misfire. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. Got a little buildup on it. But we don't want to wait for an engine misfire to come up. And there we go. Yeah, it's got carbon buildup on it again. Not a huge deal. So, new one going in. First, let's compare them. There we go. Look good to me. We're just gonna get it hand tight and then we'll move on to the next one. All right, 3 going in. And number 4. All right, we're gonna tighten each one of these up now. All right, it's time to put our coils in. Nice part is none of these connectors up here are broken. Oil still looks right at the full mark, right here. Make sure everything is tight, everything's in place. Now we just need to connect up this piece. Last but most certainly not least is the air cooler for our alternator. I'm gonna fix that real quick. I won't worry about showing it to you though. There we go, fixed, done deal. I'm gonna blow this out real quick. It's got a couple nuts to go on now. All right, engine bay is clear. Let's go ahead and fire this up. Fire in the hole. Looking for any leaks up top. So far so good. There's a little bit of oil like right down here, but that's because it squeezed when I torqued down the valve cover. This is where it likes to come out, right here on this back side and drip right down onto the heat shield and stink it up. Not seeing any leaks underneath. See, we're good to go. So anyways, I really thank you for hanging out today. If you want to, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We appreciate all the support. If you're feeling called to, hit the like button. That always makes us smile. Anyways, I hope you have a good day. It's really nice out today, believe that. Spring is about here. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.